Can you all hear me? All right, so you have your mat. You're going to start in a seated position with your legs crossed. Can you still see me? You guys wave to me if you can hear me and see me. Okay, great. Thank you. Great. Okay, so legs crossed. Rest your hands on the inner part of your knees. Close your eyes. And we're going to start by establishing our seat. So we're rooting down our pelvis down into the earth. So take a moment and feel your two sitting bones. Press them down into the earth. Release your inner thigh muscles down and lift your spine up. So you're sitting up with a very tall spine. And you're extending out through the crown of your head as if the tips of your ears were being lengthened up towards the sky. And then just start to connect to your breath. And as you inhale, imagine that your spine is lifting up a little bit taller. And as you exhale, imagine that you're rooting down into the earth. And so we're going to take a few rounds of breath like this, just connecting to the inhale, to lengthening, and to the exhale, rooting down, establishing our roots, establishing our connection to the earth. And so as we come into this practice, we remind ourselves that we are here to find that place within where there's always peace, there's always radiance, there's always the divine qualities. And no matter what you believe in, the divine qualities are anything that you can think of that's beautiful or good or healthy or strong or vibrant or vitality or exuberance, anything that you can think of is what you can connect to within yourself. We all have an inner experience of all of these qualities. So as you breathe in, imagine that you are lifting your spine up to rise into your highest self. And as you exhale, you root down. You bring that right down to the base of your pelvis. And so as we anchor into this true self, we can create possibilities that didn't exist before. We can open ourselves up to the vast world of possibilities outside of our fear, outside of the small little tiny container of our fear of what might happen. And so with this in mind, bring your hands together at your third eye, your elbows out nice and wide, so your hands are right in front of your forehead. Allow your eyes to slowly open, but imagine you could see out through your third eye. And as we create this place of possibilities, you're going to reach your arms up to the left as you inhale. Bring them to the center. And as you exhale, bring them back down to your third eye. So we're opening up this field of possibilities. Reach your arms to the right, back to the center. And as you exhale, think of your roots as you bring your palms back down in front of your forehead. And we continue. As you inhale, reach your arms to the left. And inhale again to the center. Exhale, bring your hands down to your third eye. You're getting a nice big stretch as you inhale, stretch off to the right. Inhale again to the center. Exhale, bring your hands to your third eye. And one more time. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then float your palms back up again. Look at your hands. Imagine your bottom two ribs were knitting together so that you're stable through your spine, but lift your heart up towards your hands. So it's like you're pressing your shoulder blades into the front of your body. And as you exhale, allow your palms to come forward a little bit. So you're just getting that stretch. So it's like cat and cow in your thoracic spine. As you inhale, lift your chest. Lift your sternum from the inside out. And as you exhale, bring your palms forward again. We do that one more time. Inhale, lift your heart. Tiny little back bend in your upper back. And as you exhale, allow your palms to come forward. Good. And then take your arms out to the sides like a letter T. Your palms are facing down. Good. And as you press your palms down, it's like you're pressing all of the fear, all of those lower qualities, you're pressing them away. So there's strength there. It's like you're pushing down. And then rotate your biceps up towards the ceiling. And imagine you're gathering all of those possibilities up above you. Good. Turn your palms to face down and push down all of the fear, all of the anxiety, and all of the worry. Flip your biceps up again. As you inhale, gather all of the possibilities, all of the potential. And as you exhale, turn your palms and press your palms back down. One more time, flip your palms up. And inhale, rise all the way up. Good. And as you exhale, push away the fear, the worry, and the anxiety. Good. Inhale your arms straight up towards the sky. Get long through both sides of your body. Turn towards the left. Take your right hand across to the left knee. Take your left hand behind you, coming into a twist. As you inhale, think about getting longer from root to the top of your head. And as you exhale, maybe you revolve a little bit more. And then take your left arm up to the sky and side bend over your right leg. So you're holding on for leverage and you're feeling that big stretch through the entire left side of your body. Good. Lift back up. Take your left hand, bring it to the outside of your right knee so your arms are crossed with your left arm over your right. And then it's like cat and cow. So you're going to melt your chest backwards as you exhale. And as you inhale, you're going to think about lifting your chest up through your arms. You're going to do that a couple more times, 2 more times. Drop it in. Inhale, lift it up. One more time, drop it in. Inhale, lift it up. Good. And then just float your arms up as they're crossed and give yourself a hug. Walk your hands towards the center of your back. Drop your head towards the left shoulder and just roll your head around through the front towards the right shoulder. And do that a couple of more times, just loosening up your neck, any places that you've been storing tension or stress. And then when you're in the center again, open your arms back up like the letter T. Turn your palms to face up. Gather again. Inhale, rise up. Feel the sides of your body nice and long. And then turn towards the opposite side. Take your left hand across to your right knee. Take your right hand behind you. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, revolve. Follow your breath a couple of more rounds. And then take your right arm up and side bend over, reaching long over your left leg. Good. And then rise back up, cross your right arm to the outside of your left knee. And it's like cat and cow again. So as you exhale, you drop your chin, you broaden your shoulder blades. And as you inhale, you lift your chest up. And do that a couple of more times. Sitting up with a nice tall spine, float your arms up, give yourself a hug. Good. And then start to roll out your neck again, side to side. And then when your chin is down, the next time, lift your head, lift your gaze, lift your eyes, open your arms up. Inhale up to the sky one more time. And as you exhale, bring your hands down in front of you, walk your hands forward. Now you can find that space where you can breathe into your back, into your back ribs, into your lower back, into your hips. Good. Slowly walk your hands back in and switch the cross of your legs. Inhale your arms up one more time. And as you exhale, fold forward. Notice the subtle difference of the stretch from one side to the other. See what you can soften. See what you can release. Great. And then walk your hands back in. And come onto all fours on your yoga mat. Okay. So as we come into all fours, we root down through the palms. We root down through the shins and the tops of the feet. We feel the earth solid underneath us. And we start to move our body through cat and cow. So as you inhale, you reach your chest forward, you lift your tailbone up. And as you exhale, you find that spaciousness through your back. Draw your belly button in towards your spine and round your back like a cat. Follow your breath. So the inhale lengthens you out into cow pose. And the exhale draws you up into a cat shape. And you feel your palms pressing down vigorously into the mat. Take a couple of more rounds, following your own breath. And then find your way into a neutral spine, so somewhere between those two extremes. Stretch your right leg straight back behind you, flex your foot so that all 5 toes are pointing down towards the floor. Stretch your left arm forward and go for length. So you're getting super long here. Good. And then bring your left hand back down. Set your right foot down in line with your left toes and revolve your right arm up to the sky. And then if you want a little bit more, you can float that leg up and look for the balance here. Good. And then you're going to slowly revolve back down. Keep your leg in the air. Stretch your left arm forward one more time. Inhale, get super long. And as you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee to touch. As you inhale, extend and get long. As you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee to touch. As you inhale, extend and get long. And as you exhale, bring your elbow and your knee to touch. Inhale, last time, go for so much length you can touch the wall in front of you and the wall behind you with your foot. And then slowly release the whole situation down. Good. Stretch your left leg straight back behind you, all 5 toes looking straight down towards the earth. You're making that connection to your low belly. Stretch your right arm forward. Go for length. How long can you get? Good. You bring your right hand back down right underneath your shoulder. You place your left foot down in line with your right toes and you revolve open. So you're in a modified side plank here. You can float that back leg up. Go for the balance. Good. And then slowly revolve your left arm back down. Feel your thigh bone revolve in the socket so your pinky toes are still facing down towards the floor. And re-stretch your right arm all the way out. Inhale, get longer. As you exhale, elbow and knee come together. Inhale, extend and get long. Exhale, elbow and knee come together. Inhale, extend and get long. Last time, elbow and knee to touch with your exhale. And as you inhale, extend and get long. Good. Slowly place your hand and your leg back down and come to a tall kneeling position. Yeah, so you're kneeling on your knees. Bring your hand to the front of your low belly. You bring your opposite hand to your lower back. And imagine you could revolve your pelvis so that your tailbone goes down and your frontal hip points go up. You feel that gentle engagement to your belly muscles. You're going to hold on to that. Circle your arms up towards the sky. Feel the sides of your waist get long. And then interlace your right thumb on top of your left thumb behind your back. Imagine you could pin your elbows together. And holding on to that little contraction in your belly muscles, start to send your knuckles down and your heart up. So your heart lifts up, but you're not arching your lower back. You're just lifting your chest. Good. And then you're going to start to sit your hips down into your heels. Hips into the heels. Forehead meets the mat. Stretching your shoulders, lift your arms up towards the sky. Squeeze your palms together. Good, and then drop your hands onto your lower back and massage your lower back. Give yourself a little bit of love, let go of some of that tension. And then stretch your right arm forward and walk your fingertips forward as far as you can. And then your left arm forward. Good. And now you're going to drag your chin and your chest forward. Keep your tush up in the air. Pull yourself forward until you are laying on your belly, and then lift your chest up off of the floor. Good. And as you roll yourself back down, take your hands out wider than your mat. As you inhale, lift your chest up. And as you exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, lift your chest up. Good. Exhale, roll it back down. One more time. Inhale, lift your chest. Good. And as you exhale, roll it back down. Now place your hands right underneath your wrists. And staying on your knees, press yourself up to a modified push-up position. Yeah. And then as you exhale, reach your hips back into child's pose. As you inhale, shift forward again, so you're in that modified push-up position. Yes. As you exhale, take it back into child's pose. As you inhale, shift it all the way forward. One more time, exhale back into child's pose. And as you inhale, shift it forward, so you're in that modified push-up position. And then we're going to do chaturanga on our knees. So your elbows are going to point towards the back of your mat. You're going to lower halfway down so your elbows meet the sides of your waist. And you press yourself right back up on the inhale. On the exhale, you lower halfway down. As you inhale, you press back up. One more time, exhale, lower halfway down. And inhale, press back up. And come back up into that tall kneeling position. Lengthen your tailbone. Lift up through your frontal hip points. Reach your fingertips down. Hold on to those two bottom ribs, knit together. Circle your arms up towards the sky. Good. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Left thumb on top of the right. Pin your elbows towards one another. And holding on to the contraction in your belly, just lift your chest as you send your knuckles down towards the earth. Heart lifted, tailbone long. Slowly start to drop your hips down into your heels. Rest your forehead on your mat. Send your knuckles up towards the sky. Pull the fronts of your shoulders away from the floor. And then drop your hands onto your lower back and massage your lower back. Good. Stretch your left arm forward. Walk your fingertips forward as far as you can. And your right arm. And then again, you're going to drag your chin and your chest forward until you're lying down on your mat. And as you inhale, lift your chest up into a baby cobra. And as you exhale, roll back down. Good. Now press the tops of your feet down, lift your kneecaps up. Some of you guys are going to just do baby cobra again. If you take upward facing dog, you're going to press your palms down, lift everything up off of the mat except your feet and your hands, and try to rip your yoga mat in half with your hands. Try to send your chest forward through the gates of your arms. Good. And then tuck your toes under and come into downward facing dog. And as you come into downward facing dog, you start to move a little bit. Pedal out your feet. Maybe you twist your feet to one side and the other side. You can basically just allow yourself to find movements that feel good. And then you just really start to build your downward facing dog. So bend your knees, lift your tailbone up as high as you can, and then imagine pressing the front of your thigh bones towards the back of your thigh bones. So you just got a little bit longer. Feel your triceps rolling down towards the earth. Press down into your inner palms. Extend energy out through every single fingertip. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Good. Bend your knees a lot so that your belly and your thighs connect to one another. Clasp your opposing elbows, your right forearm on top of your left forearm. And think about lifting the sides of your hips up as your forearms weight down towards the earth. So you feel your hamstrings getting longer, but your lower back is not compromised. Good. And then drop your hands down to the mat. You step your left foot behind to the right-hand side of your mat, so your legs are crossed. And you spin your left arm up towards the sky. So you're in a little bit of a twist here. Your feet are just crossed side by side with the left behind the right. And then you slowly revolve it back down. Step your left foot back so that it's on the left-hand side of the mat. Bend your knees again. Clasp your opposing elbows. This time the left forearm is on top. And as you pull your forearms down towards the earth, you lift the sides of your hips up towards the sky. And you think about what you might want to release, what might have been spinning through your mind these past few days. And you just let it spill out the crown of your head and give it to the earth. And then drop your fingertips down towards the floor. Step your right foot around, behind, and to the left side of your mat. And then spin your right arm up towards the sky. And breathe. Good. And then slowly release it down. Step your right foot back. Your feet are inner hips distance apart, so if you don't know what that is, you can make two fists and place them between the highest part of your arches and make sure your feet are aligned to that. And then bend your knees, allow your spine to fully release. And vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae start to stand all the way up. Eventually, thinking of the tips of your ears lifting up towards the sky, releasing your shoulders down away from your ears, and finding this place of groundedness. You can feel the earth underneath your feet. And then on your inhale, circle your arms, gather all of that peace, radiance, calm, exuberance, whatever it is. As you exhale, hinge and fold the breath all the way out, forward fold. As you inhale, reach your chest forward like your heart could shine a light towards the front of your mat. And as you exhale, fold back in. As you inhale, press into your feet, circle your arms, reach all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands back towards your heart. Again, inhale, circle your arms, gather whatever it is you're gathering to give you strength and resilience. As you exhale, hinge and fold the breath all the way out. As you inhale, lengthen your chest forward. As you exhale, fold it in. As you inhale, circle your arms, reach all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. We'll do that one more time, a little Surya Namaskar A, half Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, hinge and fold, and always go at your own tempo, following your breath. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, fold it in. As you inhale, circle your arms, reach all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart and feel both feet rooting down. Good. And then we're going to take tree pose. So just stand where you are, shift the weight onto your right foot. You can bring your foot either to your inner calf or your inner thigh, but if balance is a struggle, you just place your toes down on the floor and you have that little kickstand. Wherever you want to practice tree pose today. Make sure that you're not putting your foot on your knee because it doesn't bend that way. Yeah. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. And just feel that root. Feel that length. Inhale your arms up like a letter V. And as you exhale, fold forward like you're just leaning out, hinging from your hips. Good. Inhale, take it back up to the sky. Bring your hands back to your heart. And just create a steady gazing point and connect to your breath here. Good. And slowly release the whole situation down, switching to the left foot. Bring your right foot to wherever you're practicing, and it can be different. You don't always have to be the same on side to side. Every day is a little different. And yoga is teaching us to just be in the reality of what is. So what is the reality today? Bring your hands together in front of your heart. As you press your palms together, you feel that you are creating a connection to the center line of your body. And then float your arms up like the letter V and slowly start to hinge forward. So you're just challenging your balance. It's like you're looking out over a cliff. Good. And then inhale back up and bring your palms together in front of your heart. Create that steady gazing point. Connection to your breath. And then release the whole situation down. Good. So the breath of joy, a lot of you guys know what this is. You know it, you love it. So what it looks like is we're gonna do 3 inhales to 1 exhale, right? So we're gonna take the arms up, out, up, exhale, right? So it's inhale, 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 exhale. We're gonna do this for 1 minute. Got my eye on the clock. So join me, here we go. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. You can make noise. You can let it be a release. You find your own tempo and you work with your own inner rhythm. One more. Big inhale, put your hands on your heart, feel your heartbeat. That's your life force. Connect to that. Connect to your heart. Good. And then stand towards the back of your mat. As you inhale, circle your arms, reach all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, hinge and fold forward. And then walk your hands all the way forward until you're in a plank pose. So your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists. You use the mobility of your ankles to rock back and forth, back and forth. Suction your belly up towards your spine so you support the back of your body with the front of your body. Good. And then from here, take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift your hips back up into a downward facing dog. And as you inhale, shift forward again into a plank pose. As you exhale, take your hips up into downward facing dog. And then as you inhale, shift forward into plank again. Last time, exhale, take your hips up into downward facing dog. Float your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, shift forward, shoulders over the wrist, curl your knee in towards your chest, and step your foot between your hands. You can always give yourself a hand, place your foot down, drop your back knee down, untuck your toes, and as you inhale, circle your arms up towards the sky. So remember what we did earlier, we took the tailbone long, we took the front of the pelvis up, you take the arms straight up like you're creating a funnel for energy to flow down into your spine. And then grab a hold of your left wrist and pull your left wrist over towards the right, so you're side bending into this. Imagine you were pouring breath down through your left lung. Good. And then inhale, both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bend your elbows out to the side, lift your chest up towards the sky. Inhale your arms up, and then as you exhale, straighten your front leg and fold forward into a hamstring stretch. Rebend your front knee, inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your chest. Inhale your arms back up, straighten your front leg, and as you exhale, fold forward into a hamstring stretch. One more time, rebend your front knee, inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus the elbows, lift the chest. Inhale the arms back up, straighten the front leg, and exhale, fold forward into that hamstring stretch. Good. And then rebend your knee one more time. Place your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Spin your right arm up towards the sky, and you have an option to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up off of the mat. Good. And then slowly revolve your hand back down and find your way back into plank pose. So if you were on your knee, no problem, just bring it back into tabletop and then lift your knees up into plank pose. And then if you'd like to take a vinyasa here, shift your shoulders forward. You absolutely don't have to. As you exhale, lower halfway down. As you inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And as you exhale, take your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So we can all meet here. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, knee to chest, push the floor away. Step your foot between your hands, drop your back knee down. Uncurl your toes, press the top of your foot down, and as you inhale, take your arms up to the sky. You feel the front of your pelvis lifting, you feel the back of your pelvis releasing down. Grab a hold of your right wrist and pull your right wrist over towards the left-hand side. You feel that length through the entire right side of your body. Good. And then inhale back up, release your wrist. As you exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, cactus. Good. Inhale back up to the sky, start to straighten your front leg. Exhale, fold forward, hamstring stretch. Rebend your front knee, inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Inhale, straighten back up, straighten your front leg. Fold forward as you exhale. One more time, rebend your knee, inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Inhale, take the arms up, start to straighten into your left leg. And as you exhale, find that hamstring stretch. Good. Rebend your left knee. Place your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Spin your left arm up to the sky. So you're in a twist. And you have that option to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up off of the mat. And find your breath. Imagine your chest was, you're inviting breath to pour down through the inner left arm all the way down into your heart, reconnecting down into the earth. Great. And then slowly circle that arm back down and find your way back into a plank pose. If you'd like to take a vinyasa here, you can take a vinyasa. You can also just hold a solid plank. If you're taking the vinyasa, exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, take it up, upward facing dog. And exhale your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Good. And then step your feet out as wide as your yoga mat. And walk your hands back towards your feet. And when you get there, turn your toes out 45 degrees, bend your knees, and come down into a big old squat. Yogi squat. So both heels are down on the floor. Your palms come together. And you can rest your elbows into your inner knees. And as you press your elbows out into your inner knees, press your inner knees into your elbows as well. Good. And then place your hands back onto the floor. Lift the sides of your hips up. And heel toe your feet until they are all the way together. Your big toes are touching, your heels are slightly apart. You bend your knees. You circle your arms into chair pose. Good. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, lift up onto your tippy toes. Reach your arms backwards. Drop your heels. Inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Exhale, reach your arms back. Lift up onto your tippy toes. One more time, drop the heels, lift the arms. And as you exhale, stand all the way up and bring your hands to your heart. Feel that connection to the earth. Feel that connection to your heart and to your own life force. Good. And then release your palms down. You're going to step your feet out super wide on your yoga mat. And if you don't know how wide super wide is, extend your arms out to the sides and your feet are basically landing right underneath your wrists. Yeah? You're going to turn your right toes like 15 degrees in. You're going to turn your left toes so that they're facing the front. You're going to bend your knee and come into warrior two. Good. And then you're going to straighten your left leg. Turn your toes so that they're 15 degrees. Turn your right toes out. Bend your knee and come into warrior two. So you resist with that back leg. You anchor down. Straighten your right leg. Turn your toes. So you're feeling your hips internally and externally rotate. Come back into warrior two. Again, straighten your left leg. Turn your toes in. Turn your right toes out. Come back into warrior two. Good, and let's do that one more time each. Finding your own rhythm, your own flow. Good, and then you're here on the right. Straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes 15 degrees in. Turn your left toes out. Bend into your left knee, warrior two. Good. Now you drop your right hand to the back of your right thigh. Inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring your forearm to your thigh. Stretch your top arm over your ear. Good, and you just move to your breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Forearm to thigh, top arm stretches over. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, forearm to the thigh. And the top arm stretches over. Then lift your top arm up to the sky and start to straighten your front leg. Slide your left hand down towards your ankle as you straighten into your left leg. So this is triangle pose. Lean the back of your head towards the wall that's behind you. And some of you guys are going to stay right here because this feels great. Or if it doesn't, you can always change it so that it does. Some of you guys are going to bend into that left knee and float up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, so that your toes are facing your computer screen or whatever you're looking at. And you feel the left side of your waist getting nice and long. Good. And if you took Ardha Chandrasana, slowly bend your knee. Find your way back into warrior two. Good. And then straighten your front leg and turn your feet to parallel. So your second toes are aligned to the side edges of your yoga mat. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward. Good. Shift the weight forward so that it's towards the balls of your feet. Press your left palm down into the mat. Spin your right arm up to the sky. Slowly place your right hand back down and spin your left arm up to the sky. So you inhale. As you exhale, release. As you inhale, right arm lifts. Open it up. As you exhale, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then bring your hands to your hips. And as you inhale, lift all the way up. Good. You turn your toes out 45 degrees, so your toes are facing the corners of your mat. Take your arms straight up to the sky. Bend your knees out to the side, so you're in a big old squat here. Good. And then interlace your fingers, right thumb on top of the left. Reach your arms on that diagonal towards the left. Inhale back to the top. Exhale, reach towards the right. Inhale back to the top. Do it twice more on each side. Following your breath, inhale brings you back up. Feel the strength of your legs, feel the capability of your body. Great. And then bring it back to the top. And stand all the way up, bring your hands to your heart. Good. So you turn your right toes out, you turn your left toes in, you bend your knee, you come into warrior two. Good. Flip your right palm over as you inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, forearm to the thigh, top arm stretches over your ear. Follow your breath for 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Reach long through your fingertips. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Good. And then take your top arm back to the sky. Start to slide your right hand down as you straighten into your right leg. So you think about that right sitting bone tracking towards the arch of your left foot. You evolve your chest open. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you go for Ardha Chandrasana. So you bend into that right knee, you place your fingertips about 8 inches forward, and you float your leg up off of the ground. You stack your hip, you stack your shoulders, and then find your way back to Warrior Two. Good. You straighten your right leg. You turn your feet so they're parallel. You look at the second toes and line them to the side edges of your mat. Good. Inhale your arms up to the sky again. And as you exhale, forward fold, long spine. Release everything down towards the earth. Great, and then we're going to take Skandasana. So you're going to walk your hands towards your left leg. You're going to sit down onto your left heel, straighten your right leg, turn your right toes up towards the sky. And then walk to the other side, squatting down into your right leg. And do that a couple of times. Just walking side to side, looking for that stretch through your inner thighs. Let's do one more on each. Just exploring from the inside out, checking in with your body. Good. And then find your way back. Make sure that your toes are still, your feet are still parallel to the side edges of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips and rise up with a long spine. Good. And then turn your toes out 45 degrees again. So your toes are facing the corners of your mat. Take your arms straight up to the sky. And like we've been talking about all of the different possibilities that happen outside of our fear, we're going to draw the biggest circle we can possibly draw. So start to circle your arms around like you're drawing a big full moon out in front of you. Around and around. We'll do 3 in each direction. And when you get to the top, imagine you could make the circumference of that circle bigger every time you make the circle. So really extend and elongate, getting into your own field of possibilities. And then once you've done 3, bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Turn your toes so that they're parallel again. Bring your hands to your hips and either step or jump your feet together. Good. And then you're going to come to the front of your mat. You're going to lift your left knee up high. Try to find that balance. And then you're going to step that leg back behind you, landing on the ball of your foot, so like a crescent pose. Yeah? And then one more time, lengthen your tailbone down, lift the front of your pelvis up. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, interlace your hands behind your back, right thumb on top of the left. Inhale, send your chest up towards the sky. And as you exhale, forward fold. So you drop your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh. Good. Inhale, take it all the way back up. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your right. Good. Take your right leg up. Lunge it all the way towards the back of your mat. Land on the ball of your foot. Find that lifting to the front of your pelvis, release to the back of your pelvis. Inhale, circle the arms. As you exhale, interlace your left thumb on top of your right thumb. Inhale, send your chest up. And as you exhale, forward fold, long spine. Good. Inhale, take it all the way back up. And as you exhale, step your right foot back to meet your left. Good. Bend your knees, circle your arms, chair pose here. Turn to face you guys. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart and twist your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. You can press your left palm down on top of your right to get a little bit of leverage. As you inhale, you imagine your spine lengthening from your tailbone through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you try to revolve a little bit more. Good. And on your next exhale breath, release the twist. Heel toe your feet so that they're hip distance apart. Take your two-piece fingers, grab a hold of your big toes. And as you inhale, lengthen the chest. As you exhale, bend the elbows up towards the sides. Release the crown of your head down. Breathe. Okay. And then release your big toes, heel toe your feet back in together. Bend your knees, circle your arms, Utkatasana chair pose. You guys are gorgeous. So nice to see you. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and twist your left elbow across to the outside of your right. And you press your right palm down and you explore that lengthening, you explore your breath. Good. Your next exhale, you release back down, you heel to your feet, hips distance apart again, and this time slide the palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Allow your toes to massage your wrists. Allow any last remaining cares or worries to spill out through the crown of your head. Okay, and then you slide your hands out from underneath. You heel toe your feet back together again. Bend your knees, circle your arms, Utkatasana chair pose. Good. And then lift up onto your tippy toes and come all the way down to a toe stand. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Try to point your knees forward. You might fall, it's okay. It's part of the practice. Good. And then you're going to place your fingertips down in front of you. Separate your knees out wide and just walk your fingertips forward. So you're breathing into your lower back. And then walk your hands back in. Interlace your hands in front of you. And as you reach your palms forward, start to reach your butt down until you sit down. Or find your way to a seat any way you do. Good. And then as you come into that seated position, you're going to take your left knee, you're going to cross it over your right. So the sole of your foot is landing towards the right-hand side of your mat. Take your right arm up to the sky. Get really long through the right side of your body. And so you're turning towards your left leg. You can either hook or hug your knee. You're coming into a twist. Think of the right side of your belly button, trying to get a better look at your left inner thigh. Same breath rhythm applies. So as you inhale, you think of getting longer. And as you exhale, you think of revolving just a little bit more. Good. And then turn to look to the front. Grab bend into your right knee. So just come into a hip stretch here. So you have your left ankle crossed over your knee. You can wiggle your butt forward so that you can feel it a little more. Think about lifting your chest up. Gorgeous. So good. Beautiful. And then release. Extend both legs. Lift your right leg up, cross it over your left thigh. Inhale your left arm up to the sky, super long through the left side of the body. Turn your body and either hug or hook your knee. Look back towards the front. Release. Bend into your left knee so that your right ankle is crossed over your left knee. And then wiggle your hips forward any amount. Lift your chest. Feel those clear channels that you can send that deep breath all the way through. To all of the tributaries, all of the extremities. Good. And then slowly release. Extend both legs back out in front of you. You can always bend the knees if it's easier on your lower back. Inhale the arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, take a forward fold. So if you bend your knees, You're thinking of a long spine. You're thinking of extending your chest out. And then you can start to straighten your legs any amount, but they don't have to straighten all the way. And so this final forward fold is just about releasing, softening, and surrendering. Great. And then bend your knees again. Reach your arms forward and start to articulate through every single vertebrae of your spine to lie all the way back down onto your back. When you land, hug your knees in towards your chest. Catch the outer edges of your ankles or feet and pull them down like you're doing a squat on the ceiling. Great. And then hug your knees in towards your chest one more time. Lift your head and shoulders. Imagine you could touch your knee and your knees and your nose together. Squeeze everything. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, release for Shavasana. So we're going to take a full-on Shavasana together today. Really allow yourself to have this time, to have this moment to surrender. When we surrender our fears, we surrender the smallness of our mind. We open to the vast possibilities that exist in our creative selves. So feel the weight of your body. Feel it giving into the floor. Release any conscious control of your breath. And just be still. Be still in your body. Be still in your mind. There is a sanctuary that exists within you. And it can be as peaceful and as tranquil and as beautiful as you create it. So start to see whatever it is that brings you peace and comfort. Start to smell the smells and taste the tastes. And then drop your anchor right there so you know you can always come back to that sanctuary. On your next inhale breath, stretch your arms way back behind you. Stretch your legs way out in front of you. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Feel how great it feels to be alive. This moment. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And start to rock your body up and down, eventually coming into a seat. As you come into that seat, allow your eyes to remain closed. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bring to mind anything in your life that inspires gratitude. And as we go through this difficult time together, we are together, we keep looking for those silver linings. We keep looking for that which brings us joy. Because we have this moment to be joyful in. We have this moment. So as you connect to that creative energy within you, that part of you that believes in the possibility of all possibilities. When we say the word namaste, it means that the light inside of me honors and acknowledges the light inside of all living beings. So slowly allow your eyes to open. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you.